Hey everyone, Cole here with Inner Team Marketing. Wanted to make a quick video showing you how to review A/B tests in LinkedIn ads and optimize for the best performing ads. So when you launch a LinkedIn ads campaign, you should launch with many variations of that ad. We launch with different sized creatives, different headlines and intro texts, different image creatives, and calls to action. Usually we launch with at least 20 ads. And all of this is to see what different variations perform best. So super important for figuring out what messaging is working for your product. But all of it is mute if you do not go back and pause down the underperformers later on. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. What I'll do is show you my typical process for reviewing ads in LinkedIn. First things first, it's important to get your columns in order. If your ads are using landing pages and not LinkedIn lead gen forms, you'll want to use the following columns. And I'll zoom out like this. I'm sorry it's so small, but you'll want to have the daily budget, amount spent, impressions, clicks, average CPC, average CTR, conversions, cost per conversion, conversion rate, and then I have a few other columns later on that I find are sort of secondary in importance. One that I really like adding is this clicks to LinkedIn page. You get quite a few people who will, instead of clicking on the ad itself, they'll click on the company icon in the ad. So having the clicks to LinkedIn page metric adds just another KPI for you to look at that shows some level of intent. The other reason I like it is it happens a lot. As you can see, we just launched this ad group a couple days ago, so not a lot of clicks, but we have 5 landing page clicks and then 2 LinkedIn company page clicks. So it happens quite often, and it's important to use that as a metric when your overall clicks are relatively low. For instance, we can see here that this particular ad has 2 landing page clicks. Here, let me just customize my columns so I can move that LinkedIn clicks metric a little bit closer. Yeah, there we go. Much better. We can see here this ad has 2 overall clicks and 1 LinkedIn company page click. So early on, that's looking like a really strong ad. Same with this one that has 1 click to the LinkedIn page and 1 landing page click. Important to separate those out when you don't have very many metrics to go on early on so that you can determine what your highest performing ads are. Cool. So once you've got your columns in order, actually, before I go further, I should add, I usually save. So first of all, make sure you save your column view because you're going to be using this every day or week that you do this. I suggest doing this at least once a week. We typically do it multiple times a week, depending on how close it is to when we launch the campaigns. Save the view, and then I would also recommend creating one for leads. This would be for people who opened a lead form. If you're running lead gen ads, you will not have a landing page, like I mentioned earlier. So monitoring who's opening the lead form and how many leads have converted from that form is going to be important. For lead gen ads, I would recommend adding the following columns: leads, cost per lead, lead form opens, lead form completion rate. And then I would also add the conversion metrics to your view as well. The reason for that is lead form completions do not count towards conversions. So if you get a lead here and you have, let's say, a HubSpot integrated conversion for leads, your lead in the form will not count towards your conversions. So you need to report on both of those separately in order to properly attribute your value. So these particular ads, I believe, are lead gen forms. Let me just confirm. Yep, we've got our lead gen form. So we'll use our leads view. We'll go into the ad group, and what we're going to do is sort by impressions. Like I said, it's early on, but I firmly believe that you can start to see which are your higher performing ads very early in a campaign. So what I'm going to do is pause down any ad with over 30 impressions and 0 clicks. This is looking like he's our top performer so far. 2 clicks. I believe we saw 1 LinkedIn company page click as well. We did. This is looking like it could be a strong ad as well. So yeah, we'll go ahead and pause down these two that are gotten 0 impressions and keep these running. The other thing we can do is open up these ads in another and go ahead and like them from our LinkedIn profile. This is something I like to do. Go ahead and give it a like from the company page profile. And then what I typically do is log in with my own. Sometimes I'll comment something stupid like insert company name is the bomb. I just like to be a little cheesy on my ads, frankly. And then just to give it another extra engagement, I'll log in with our own company page and like as well. Go ahead and do it again we'll go through all of these, give it a like and a comment. And yeah, so after you have finished engaging with the high performing ads, I would also recommend sharing those ads with your own team and the client and asking them to like the ads as well. Ads with more likes look more organic, and this increases their performance. So want to make sure you prioritize engaging with the ads that are performing well. Last, I wanted to show you another campaign where we have more conversions to emphasize that your KPIs are going to be different depending on how many conversions your ads have gotten so far. We looked at an ad set that we had just launched ads on, and for that ad set, we would be looking at clicks and impressions because we did not have enough data to make optimizations for high converting ads. If you do have conversions, you want to make sure that you prioritize your conversions and over clicks. And if you have multiple levels of conversions, which is how we typically set up our campaigns, since we do mostly B2B, we'll set up campaigns for leads, qualified leads, and opportunities. If you have enough down funnel conversions like opportunities and qualified leads, you'll want to prioritize those over other conversions. Case in point, this ad, a spotlight ad from this client, has 3 opportunities and 2 SQLs. We've left that ad active because it received 3 opportunities over this other ad that received 0 opportunities, and even though it received more SQLs than the top performing ad. Always have to keep down funnel conversions in mind when you're optimizing your ads. So yeah, that's how to analyze A/B tests and optimize your ads in LinkedIn. As I said previously, I recommend you do this regularly, at least once a week. If you have any questions about LinkedIn ads optimization, feel free to leave a comment. And if you found this video valuable, please like and subscribe for more content. Cheers.